Hey guys, Nick the Bricklord here. Today I have in front of me BrickVault's minifig scale Coruscant police gunship. Well, BrickVault sells it, but it was actually designed by LDD Model Maker. He's an incredibly talented builder, and I'll link his Instagram in the video description. The Republic Police gunships were utilized during the Clone Wars on the planet Coruscant by the Coruscant Security Force and Coruscant Guard. They primarily served as troop transports and search vehicles. Later, the Empire would use an all-gray version, which, if you really want to build, you can buy instructions for that as well, but all-gray is kind of boring in my opinion. First off, let's talk about the looks. Typically, that's what you're paying for in a custom model, and this particular one definitely delivers. The build is incredibly accurate to the source material and is very close to minifig scale. Probably the most eye-catching detail, in my opinion, is the slanted cockpit window. This brick-built window uses some very impressive building techniques to achieve just the right angles. Now let's go ahead and talk about the usual drawbacks of a custom model like this: price and stability. When it comes to custom models, this one is relatively cheap compared to a lot of what's out there. As of the making of this video, you can purchase the instructions over at BrickVault for $19. To acquire all the parts from Bricklink, it will run you between $100 and $140, depending on how you feel about used parts and overseas shipping. However, I was able to build this for around $50 by using parts from my own collection. The model is relatively stable, except for one section, these wings at the bottom. The ship cannot sit on the table without a stand, or they will break off. It was incredibly annoying to deal with while building. Unfortunately, I did not have the parts for the stand that comes with this model, because it was a separate parts and instructions file. I only realized this after I had started building, which was a bit frustrating. In order to finish the model, I had to throw together this custom stand with parts I had lying around. I also added some extra plates to hold the wings just a bit more. Putting the figures in the cockpit is rather difficult because of the tendency for the cockpit to fall down. This is probably because the clip parts are used and are not providing enough friction to hold it up. I won't hold it against the model too badly. Just know that even if you buy all new parts, these clips will probably stop holding the cockpit after a couple years. Something important to note is that this ship will not fit Phase 1 clone troopers. Granted, this ship first appeared in Season 5 of the Clone Wars, well into the Phase 2 clone trooper era, but I think it's important to know that figs with taller helmet or hairpieces, like Ahsoka, will not fit. Additionally, getting Phase 2 troopers into the back is no easy feat. I found it easiest to bend them over first and then stand them straight up once I got their legs situated. In the end, I'm very pleased with this model. It looks great, is reasonably priced for a custom build, and is not plagued with stability issues. The difficulty in placing figs is to be expected in a custom model, and although it can't fit taller figs, it does its job with Phase 2 clone troopers. That wraps up this review, guys. Let me guys know what you think in the comments. Would you build this model? For those that have this, what has your experience been? This is Nick the Bricklord, signing off.